Hey, we're so glad that you clicked on this video so you can learn a little bit more on how to use Facebook to increase enrollment with your preschool. We're going to walk you through just a couple of steps on how to use Canva and schedule your posts on Facebook, as well as how to set up a Facebook ad and define your targeting. So the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to your business suite. At this point, we are assuming that you have opened up a Facebook account and you have set up your Facebook page. If you haven't done this yet, just refer to our article at the beginning, go through the first couple of steps, and you'll be good to go from there. So what you're going to want to do is head over to the business suite to get started. In here, if you've got multiple Facebook business accounts that you run, you'll be able to drop down over here. But right now we are in the correct one for us, test school. So we're just going to be running through what you're going to look for and other types of posts that you can do as well. So we're going to head over to either the main section that says home, and you can start creating and scheduling posts right from here, or you can go to posts and stories. If you select posts and stories, you'll be able to see what's been published and what's coming up. So you'll notice we're going to be going through the process on how to get this post into the system so that it's scheduled to go out on a Monday. Something that might be helpful for you is putting together an image through Canva in order to put together a poster that you can print off and hang around the school, as well as use it as a Facebook post. So what you're going to want to do is grab an image that you're going to want to upload to Canva, or you can use Canva to use one of their free images as well. For example, we're going to head right over to Unsplash, where it's one of the image resources that we provided you with, and search pizza. So let's head on over to Unsplash. So this is Unsplash, and I've already gone ahead and searched pizza. The only thing I want to point out is notice how this says browse premium images on iStock at 20% off. We don't want 20% off. We want absolutely free for you to make this as easy as possible. So scroll right past that and look at results for pizza. These are all free for you to use. So for the sake of this exercise, we're just going to download this one. Now what you're going to want to do is, if you haven't already created a free Canva account, we encourage you to do so. There is a paid version. You don't need to do that. They've got a 30-day trial that you can try it for free, but we recommend just going with the free version, and once you're comfortable using it, trying out the paid version to see if it's right for you. It's not right for everyone. So let's head on over to Canva to see how we can create a post and how you can use the system to create any one of your posts where you need to give information to parents or potential parents of preschoolers at your center. So let's head on over. We are in Canva. You want to go to the top corner where it says create a design. And you can type in really anything. You don't have to type in Facebook. If you wanted to have a poster, go nuts, make a poster. But if you really want to do this for the purpose of Facebook, type in Facebook. You're going to see a ton of different options here. What you really want to do is hit Facebook post. Now that you've hit Facebook post, it is the right size for Facebook. If it's looking really small like it is for me, you can, make it better sizing, whatever size you want. It depends on how big your desktop is. So right now, because I'm working off a laptop, it's a bit smaller. If I was on my desktop, it would be massive and I'd have lots of space to play with, and it's a lot easier to design. But right now, what we're going to do is we want to fill this backdrop with pizza to start putting together our message. To do that, you can go over to Photos, type in pizza. Here's going to be a ton of different options. The only thing to note is when you hover over, it's going to say Pro or it's going to say Free, like it does there. Pro over here. Free is free to use with all Canva accounts. Pro, you need to have a Canva Pro account in order to use that image, or you just need to pay about $1 or so per image. That's why we gave you those free image resources, so you can combine that free resource with free Canva to get more options for you. So you can either drag and drop one of these to fill the space, or go over to uploads and upload your media. We already did this, but I'll do it again just for the sake of the exercise, just so you can see how it looks when you upload it. So once you upload it, you'll get a bar, and once it's completely finished, you'll be good to go. So we're going to put that in here. Now, if you were just to put text over top of this image, it's not going to look so good. It might not even be readable. So pizza day this Friday. As you can see, parents, if they come across this post, they're not going to be able to see much. So here's how to overcome that. You'll want to head over to Elements, click on a square or search square. Oh, that is not square. My fingers were not in the right place on the keyboard. And you're just going to want to pop this over. You can either click it, drag it, you can change the color. Got lots of options here. And you can also play with the transparency, which helps with the design. So if you move this around, you'll start to notice these little lines. They'll help tell you when it's centered. And so once you click on that, there's this little option over here to play with the transparency. So we want it maybe at about 77. You know, you can still see the pizza in the background, but it's not the main stage anymore. The words are going to be the main stage. So let's say you want to go over and put some text on it now. You can now type in pizza party. And let's say you're not loving this font. If you click down the drop-down menu on the middle left, you have a ton of different options. If you use Canva Pro, you can upload your own, or they've got a ton of free options you can use, and you'll be good to go. For the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to use a big, thick font, and you can make the post bigger, the typography bigger, by either selecting increase font size or by taking the corners and dragging it. So that's what we did here. Pizza party. So is there anything else you want the parents to know? Maybe that they just don't have to pack their kids a lunch that day. So don't forget, you don't need to worry about packing a lunch for Friday, October, let's say 30th. So it's got the date on there as well. And then we're going to just hit the enter button so that way it's all concise in one little spot. And we're going to change up the font here to Poppins Bold. So notice how you can now start to compress it. Once you compress it, it will change the way it looks. So now it's got 3 lines instead of one big line that you can't even see. So let's say that after you put on the subheading, you're noticing that it's not as prominent as you would like it to be. You can still go ahead and play with the transparency to make it so that the words stick out more, or you can click on the font, head over to effects, and choose either shadow or lift to make it more prominent. If you want to spice it up even more, you can go over to elements and add in a little graphic. So let's say you wanted to put a cartoon of pizza right here. You'd go over to elements, type in pizza, hover over to see what's pro, what's free, what can you use absolutely free. You can click it, or you can drag and drop. Some elements, you'll notice a bunch of colors start popping up. Let's say you don't like the red that is being used for the pepperoni. You can go in and do your own red. So that looked like it was the red on the outer corners, and then there's red on inner corners as well. So that's what you can do to change up the image. You know, if you want purple cheese, go for it. The world's your oyster. And now that you've got everything put together, you're going to want to download this image. So go over, and you'll notice you can hit file type, and there's all these different file types here. There's PNGs, JPEGs, PDFs, PNGs, MP4s, you've really got it all. So right now, for the sake of this exercise, we're going to do PNG. Those are my favorite for web-based formats that we're going to be using. So we're going to hit download. Now it's over in our download section. So So now what you're going to want to do is schedule this on Facebook because we know that you're really busy. You want to be able to sit down maybe one day a week and pre-plan all of the content that needs to go out to your preschoolers so you can start worrying about all of your other to-dos. That's where Facebook scheduling is really, really awesome. So I'm going to take you over and show you how to do that. So let's head over. So I'm just going to copy and paste a caption that I pre-created for you guys earlier, and I'll explain it as we go. So we're going to hit create post. And it's going to ask you, when do you want this post scheduled? You can either press the X box if you really don't know yet, or if you want it posted right away, or you can go ahead and pick a date and pick a time you want it posted that you think parents will be online. Over time, once you start posting, you will have access in Facebook to see when users are most online that are your followers. And I'll show you that later. So right now, you're going to want to put in your captions. You can add in emojis with this little smiley face over in the corner. And now you can start to lay out your post. Don't forget to attach your image because posts with images perform a lot better. So now we've got that image uploading, which we did by pressing add photo, and it just popped up to our downloads. So now you're able to go over here and see what it looks like as a desktop or what it's going to look like on mobile. You always want to double check, make sure it's going to look good on both, especially mobile, because 90% of Facebook users are only accessing it through mobile. So once you're sure that it looks exactly how you want it, you can go ahead and schedule your post. Now you're good to go. So it takes a couple of minutes. This one took seconds. It's quick today. We'll see sometimes Facebook's a little bit slower, and you'll start to see your scheduled posts here. If you realize you made a spelling mistake, it's not the end of the world. Just click the post, hit the three dots on the top right-hand corner, and hit Edit Post. And now you can fix anything. One thing to note when creating a caption is you want a call to action. You want some sort of engagement, a reason for people to interact with your post. So at the end of every post, you either want to have something like hit like if you agree, comment, share, click, tell us. You want people to be commenting, sharing, liking, all of these things with your posts. For example, this one, it's to raise awareness so parents know Pizza Day's Friday. But you also want to get engagement, so from the parents. So you want to say, comment if you think pineapple belongs on pizza or not. We chose this because of the relevancy. A lot of people have been arguing about that over memes for the past year and a half or so, and it's something that people love to give their opinion on. So just think of little things that are relevant in the media, maybe going around asking opinions, and this will help a lot with your engagement. Discard changes because we didn't actually change anything. And now I'm going to help you figure out how to get a Facebook ad started and how to target that ad to the type of people that you want to see it. So to do that, you're going to want to pop open this left-hand menu, scroll down to ads. Here, it'll have all the results of any ad you've ever put together for your preschool. Right now, we haven't done any on this test account, so we're going to go over and hit Create Ad. So there's a lot of different options that you can do. Getting more leads, that is getting people's emails and phone numbers so you can start to market towards them. An idea for this would be if you have a weekly or monthly newsletter about the school and it gives great tips and tricks for parents for learning, growing, development with their child. You could put an offer out there, let's say, and say, download this to get 5 great snack options your kids won't hate, for example. That way, when they go in, they give them your email and phone number, and they download that PDF that you've put together, and now you've got permission to market towards them, and they can opt out at any time. For this exercise, we want people to get to your website. A reason that you might want this is if you're noticing that parents really love your website. A lot of them are being converted to enrolling their kids in your preschool because it has a lot of great information there. That's what you're going to want to do. You've got a ton of different options, get more messages, but we're going to just start here with get more website visitors. So you'll see here, don't be alarmed, this changes all of the time. By the time you see this video, Facebook could have already completely changed the layout. this has completely changed since I saw it back in March as well. So things change every couple of months, but the foundation will still be there. Your description is the caption that you have at the beginning of your post. For this, we're still going to use the same pizza image just to keep it short and sweet for you. But as a description, you want something that's going to capture people's attention while also giving them an offer and a reason to stop and look at your ad. For example, free resources for parents, how to get your kids to eat vegetables. You want to keep it short and sweet, tell them exactly what they're going to offer. So, free resources for your parents, how to get your kids to eat vegetables. Maybe that's a blog article on your website. You want people to go read your blog so they can start to get to know your preschool and they want to explore more things on your website that are going to have them start to think, wow, I need to send my precious one here. So, what you want to do when you're starting the description is talk about a struggle that a parent might be going through. So right now, parents might be struggling, I can't get my kid to eat celery or cucumber or anything else. All they want is shortbread cookies or this and that. So what you would say, are you struggling to find creative ways to get your kids to eat veggies? At ABC Preschool, we have you covered. And then free resource for parents, how to get your kids to eat vegetables. We're going to take this line here because that is the meat of why people are coming to this ad and what they're going to be looking for. And that's going to come in later. What you're also going to want to do is add in emojis if it's necessary. And if you don't have emojis or you don't have a Mac computer, because you'll notice that happy face button isn't here like it was here for our Facebook posts, I like to use emojipedia.com. We're going to take you over there and go grab a emoji of a vegetable. So here's emojipedia.org, and we're going to go look up some broccoli. You're just going to want to hit copy, head back over to Facebook Business Suite, and we're ready to roll. Are you struggling to find creative ways to get your kids to eat veggies? We've got you covered. So you're telling them what the problem is, how you're going to solve it, and where to go to get the information. There's a call to action as well, but the call to action, because it's an ad, doesn't need to go in the caption. So right now, the headline, see here how it says test school? That's what's going to be over there. But keep in mind, you only have 25 characters. So right now, we want to try and see how to get your kids to eat vegetables if that's 25 characters. It's not. So we got to get creative. So what we're going to want to do is think what's something short and sweet that's going to grab parents' attention so they know what this ad is about. Free guide for parents. So they're going to know that it's a free guide for parents. And right here in the image is what you'll be describing that they'll be getting. So they're going to know exactly what they're in store for. So just for the sake of this, we're just going to make it easy and go select that pizza. Oh, here we go. You can have up to 5 images, by the way. I always recommend just starting with 1. And then you can also change the button. So right now it says apply now. We don't want to apply now. We want to learn more. And then the learn more would take them to the blog post, the page on your website that you want them to see. And you just want to make sure you have the right URL here. So w.abcpreschool/food guide. Let's say that was the name on the website. A little too many W's there. And it's going to say this ad can't run because it doesn't go with their advertising policies. That's because it's not a real link. So don't worry about that. It'll be okay. And you can also always submit ads for manual review. A lot of people need to do that, and it'll be up within a couple of hours once someone from Facebook's able to review it. So here you just want to have something catchy. Get kids into veggies again. a little bit too long. We help kids love veggies. There we go, exactly 25 characters. Perfect. We help kids love veggies. www.abcpreschool.com. Learn more. You're going to have a great image here, maybe about, maybe it's going to have a little put together of what you teach the kids, a video, kids eating vegetables in the classroom, something you've put together. And now when you go over to the audience is how you start to target. So you're going to want to click this edit button for audience details, and you're going to want to bring the age right down to 40. Typically, people that are enrolling their kids in preschool, in the UK especially, the average age is 30. So you want to go a little bit older, just in case, you don't want to discriminate. And then the younger side of it, they're about 25 years old or so. So then, if you scroll down, you want to add in more locations, because right now, Facebook's selfish. Everything's just automatically in the US. So we're going to just type in, for the sake of this, Dublin, Ireland. Great. So we're going to take out the states, make sure that you do that, and then the smallest radius that you can do is 10 miles. What used to happen is people used to be able to target really specifically, so you could even target a building. So let's say a lot of parents in your neighborhood work at a specific building, you used to be able to do that. There was a lot of discrimination, and Facebook ended up getting sued, so they had to really open up their advertising parameters in order to not discriminate. So right now, the best thing that you can do is 10 miles. If your school is located near a body of water, a trick that I recommend is taking that pin, so you can drop a pin, and just dropping it right on the edge here, and then just moving it over. So that way, a lot of it's in the water, but you're still getting some of this, because that way you're not getting parents seeing it outside of your service area. And then you're going to want to scroll down and go head over to detailed targeting. So add people who match at least one of the following. Let's head over to browse. So demographics. Some of the data, keep in mind, it's only available for the US. So right now, let's go hit parents. We want all parents. So when you hit all parents, you drop down 0 to 12 months. We don't want to hit 18 to 26-year-olds, maybe with early school age children, the 6 to the 8-year-olds, because they might have a younger sibling. Parents with preschoolers. Maybe not teenagers, but it all depends on what you're looking for. What's the parents' relationship, what's the relationship status? Maybe you only want to hit those that are married in this case, because you think that a single person might not have kids in the school versus married. But in today's day and age, it's best not to assume what someone's relationship status is, so better just to leave it open. And depending on, the type of payment system that might work with your school, you might want to get specific on work industries, but don't recommend that, because not everybody who is a doctor is going to share that they're a doctor on Facebook. So you don't want to miss some really awesome parents that might be able to get in here. You can go into interests and behaviors and start really targeting on the type of people that your audience would be. So are they interested in family? Do they have family? Motherhood? What are their interests? What do they do for fitness and wellness? Do you find that they're mostly into running and weight training and yoga versus parents that are into bodybuilding at the school? You can get really specific with the type of people that you're targeting. Tons of categories, behaviors as well. You're going to just want to go through each and every one of them and see what's right for you. So these have all been touched on, and now we're going to scroll. Great. So we've got our audience here, and you've got the potential to reach 298,000 people, well, almost 300,000, and your audience is defined. You never want to see this go to red, and you don't want to see it go to yellow. We are in the exact perfect spot to target people, right in the green middle here. We're going to save that audience. And now it's going to say there may be issues with this ad. That is because of the Apple iOS 14. It really depends on where you are in the world. And now you get to pick how long you want to do the ad for. So you can either run it continuously with a daily budget, you can do a spurt. It really depends on what your goal is, on what you should be doing with the ad. So here you want to add in your budget. It's going to tell you the estimated amount of people. You can change your currency. Right now it just automatically goes to US. That's how it is with all users. It just automatically goes to US, so just make sure you change that if you need to. And once you've filled all that and you've got a payment method, you can click Promote Now. Always recommend to, check in on your Facebook ads every day. If people are commenting, you need to comment back to stay engaged, and just tracking what's working. If you're not getting link clicks, look at your image, look at your caption, and tweak. Nobody has a perfect ad running right out of the gate, so don't stress if that is you. So now that you know how to set up an ad and how to pick what type of ad it is, add the image, add your captions, do your audience, I'm going to show you where you can find out what time of day people are online for your organic content posts. So let's go head over to that. So now we're back because we didn't do the ad. It's not here. You're going to want to head over here to more tools. Oh, no, we're going to head over to insights. So right now is when you could see when your audience is online, but because this is a brand new page, we're not going to see any of that because we don't have any followers yet. But this would be the overview, so you can start to see your results. And then if you click on audience, you're going to see the age and gender, the top cities, the top countries, potential audience size as well. And if you hit more tools, you can start to look at all the different instant forms, page services, setups, different things that you can do within it. So typically, once your page is up and running, you'll be able to see what time of day they're online, whether it's 9 a.m., 3 p.m. But until then, just think of when are parents most likely online. Is it during the workday? Maybe it's at their lunch. Start seeing what time of day you're getting those comments, and you'll be able to gauge when it's best appropriate for you to do that. Now, to get more people interested in your page, you're going to want to start adding in a little line, maybe in all of your teachers' email signatures. Stay up to date with our school's information on our Facebook page, and then link it so people can like and follow. Maybe you want to add that to your website as well. You can put it in newsletters, postcards, whatever you're doing. So we went over how to use Canva, how to schedule your posts, and how to set up an ad. Now, we encourage you to refer to the article and to have your core values at the forefront of all posting decisions, so that way you can keep consistent with your brand, and when parents are thinking about ABC's Preschool, they know exactly what you stand for and how you'll help their child grow and develop. So we wish you the best of luck, and if you ever have any questions, feel free to contact us. Take care.
TeachCloud is a subscription cloud-based management system for preschools. We automate tasks such as record keeping and communication with parents. But TeachCloud is so much more than a management system. We also support preschools in early intervention and conducting health and safety audits. With TeachCloud, preschools spend less time on paperwork and more time doing what they love, supporting and educating our children, our future. www.teachcloud.com